Good evening, everyone. Welcome to round 3 of the Octane Online Racing Simagic Spec series here at Watkins, Glen. My name is Alexis Bowen, and joining me in the commentary booth for Split Yellow is Mitch Hobbs. How are you, Mitch?
I'm not too bad, Alexis. Hope everybody is doing well this evening here at Watkins, Glen.
Yes, it is a fantastic little racetrack, and of course we have Mike Crick there as well, who will be cutting in from time to time as doing the broadcasting role. How are you, Mike?
Yeah, I'm doing pretty well. How is everybody today?
Doing very well indeed, and that is spicy.
It's moist. It's very moist here in the Aston V12 at Watkins. Don't know if the drivers were mentally prepared for this one.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting, I'd say, for the 16 we have out there tonight in Split Yellow. Very wet around Watkins, Glen.
Just looking at what the... yes, it was certainly likely to rain looking at the weather settings. Of course, we've got a 2-stopper here for a 60-minute race at Watkins this evening, so that's certainly going to bring up a few challenges for the drivers, see if they can get a nice strategy under their belt. There's a nice gaggle of cars here. Let's hope they don't kill each other in the rain.
Definitely, and yes, as you said earlier, we have the V12 Aston here tonight, which is a quite the beast, I will say.
It's certainly got the straight line speed. It's always been pretty rapid, but I mean, it just sounds great. You can't go wrong.
Oh, yeah. It's a V12 engine, so yeah, again, not really a lot that can go wrong, as we see now 17 drivers, as we I believe we've had a little addition there at the bottom of Grant Begg.
Yeah, certainly going to see some good racing this evening. Fort Hill Brimblecombe just on the first flying lap, and yep, sliding a little bit on the curb there. Got to be careful on those curbs, especially with track limits as well. Probably more so in the dry. They'll be a bit more careful in the wet, of course. So hopefully we won't see too many spins this evening. Of course, lower number of drivers tonight, so hopefully that will make life a little bit easier.
Yes, certainly, but it's still going to be a big challenge for all these drivers to face as we watch Brimblecombe now coming through the very tricky inner loop. It makes it even harder with the conditions we have here at Watkins, Glen, but he handled it pretty well.
Oh, using all the track there, I can't say that's going to be ideal in the wet. Certainly you go for it in the dry, no real worries at all. You can see the dry line forming there, using all the track on the outside there. I'm going to go through the whole lap again. I already did that in my walkthrough this week. I don't want to take everyone through that again.
Fair enough, fair enough. Yeah, Sean is really just hustling this Aston Martin around, even with the conditions. He's using all the track, all the curb that he possibly can. But right now he's putting something pretty nice together. Seems to have a fair handle as to how the Aston Martin performs.
Not very well.
Yeah, exactly. But good news for Sean Brimblecombe is that everyone else is in the exact same car. So yeah, definitely makes it a little bit easier.
It's
but
more even playing field.
Yes, certainly. Comes all down to the driver at that point. Runs right out to the wall. I reckon he left a little bit of space there just because of the conditions. But he'll be the first driver across the line for the time and has a 155 flat.
Yeah, that's certainly not a bad lap. I would be expecting to see probably maybe 44s, 43s, maybe even a 42. 52, sorry, I'm thinking dry times. Oops, add wet times onto that. 52, 53, maybe a 54.
Well, got a 53 already.
Away. Yep.
Stephen Ty, 53.3. That is a very good time there.
That was sort of expected, so we'll keep an eye on him. Just gone P2 though. Rack match just blown him out of the water by the looks of that.
Wow. Wait to see what the time for Rackmat was. It was a 53 flat.
53.0, yeah.
That is very fast.
Oh, Burrs has gone faster. Yeah, great. Fantastic.
But he's not in the Nissan. How is that possible?
This is the thing. Why? The real question is, well, I mean, he drives a Nissan. He drives cars that are painful. Of course, he's going to go fast in the Aston. Is that even a thing? Oh, yeah, just 2.5 tenths up after the first couple of corners. Sure.
And if he's the first one into the 52s at 52.945.
Could we see a 51 then? That's the question.
It does seem like the track is drying out just that little bit. You did say that there's a dry line forming, and well, Ruckmutt right now is 8 tenths up. So I think we could even see potentially, if the track clears up quick enough.
50s?
Yeah, 50s.
It depends how quickly. Oh, yeah, that Aston needs to get out of the way. They're all Astons. Why am I saying the Aston? It's a Brit just getting out of the way. Getting out of the way.
The green one.
The green one, yes. The second to last corner. Nice run through there. Lost a little bit on the curb, but it's held it nicely. Final corner. Can he get nice and tight? Don't hit the wall. Oh, literally right there. That's going to be a low 52. That's a really nice time. Brit's just done a 52.7, but Ruckmutt says, hold my beer.
Very fast to 52.1. We'll see what Burrs can do. It doesn't look like he'll quite reach the same heights that Ruckmutt did, but they are getting ever closer to the 51s. How far out does he go? Oh, the wall was...
all of it.
Oh.
I mean, it's going to be a 1, I reckon. Oh, a 2, just almost a 1.
Yeah, so 51s are definitely in reach. If we'd be stretching a bit to get the 50s, I reckon, but with the caliber of drivers we have, certainly possible.
Yeah, drivers will come in, take a new set of wets, of course, make it a little bit easier out there on those cool tyres. Might adjust tyre pressure slightly. 1 second up is Richardson at the moment, bring it to a 53 or so. So nice time from him if he can put this one together. It'll certainly raise him up the tables a bit.
He's still got a fair amount of the track to go. He's only just hit the end of Sector 2 now. He's about 1.2 seconds up, so this could be a really nice improvement for Richardson.
Let's see. Oh, I just couldn't quite pull that exit up, but sneaking around that 1.3. Oh, geez, I thought he went a bit deep there, but that's okay. That's actually helped him a little bit. Lost 2 tenths because of it, but that's okay. Second to last corner, you really got to commit here if you want to get this one through. There you go. Probably 1.5 up by the end of this corner, and will be. It's certainly going to be a really solid time here. Top 5 maybe?
Yeah, those last 2 corners were spectacular, and he comes across the line in P7 with a 53.4 as Ruckmutt's into the 51s.
Yeah. Now he's going to go for a new set. Ooh.
That's a very spicy time.
Yeah, someone just picked up something I was actually going to raise. Burrs is running ABS off.
Oh, in these conditions.
Look, it's all I'm going to say is it's a Kunost feature.
It's not a bug, it's a feature.
It's a feature. ABS off. Probably in this car, most cars you can run one ABS in the wet, and for some reason it works. And no, I cannot give you an explanation.
Again, it's not a bug, it's a feature.
That's right. Stephen Ty, though, is about to feature here in the top 5. If he holds this together right up against the wall. Cross the line. He's going to go P3, 52.2. That's a really nice time.
Yeah, Stephen Ty could be happy with that one, but still time out there. It's going to really come down to whoever is last across the line.
Last. Yep. Guaranteed. Hignett now. Coming down to the second to last corner. It's a nice livery, I must say. I'm just a sucker for red, but that's okay. It's going to be a 53. Not going to put him... Oh, that's wide and a half.
Yeah, definitely needed the extra half on it. As he crosses the line, 1.7 seconds.
That's insane. 1.7 has got him 2 positions.
Wow.
that just shows how close the top 10 are.
Stephen Tyres rocking on with it. He's currently 6 tenths up. This would be an absolute barnstormer of a time.
Yeah, but if you see what Ty's doing, wait till you see what Rachmat's going to do. Oh, yes. Deep, very deep.
What's that do to it?
In trouble.
Yeah.
Lost probably at 2-3 tenths there at best. So that could have been a low, almost, I reckon, a low 51. So maybe we are going to see 50s at the end here. Rachmat might pull that out. It was a nice run through there, actually. It's quite intrigued that he pulled that one up. So let's have a look at the run to third to last. This is a really nasty corner. You've got to get the line just right. Go a little bit deep, turn into the apex and power out. It's the only way you're going to get things done here. Nice run there from Ty, but it's invalid. Yep.
Oh, dear.
He'll be kicking himself with that one.
Yep, definitely, but still time for him to improve as we look at Britt, who is now currently around the final.
52.2, so he must be on a warm-up lap. Here comes Britt, 52.0 into P2 there. I reckon if Ty held that lap together, he probably would have must have been P1.
He would have absolutely been P1. But here is Rachmat, who has Burrs right there in front of him.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting. I think Burrs is going to potentially get out of the way. Bufu saying in the YouTube chat, someone's got to pull up to Burrs' place and see if he's actually human. Look, I can confirm he is. I have actually spoken to him, and he doesn't speak like a robot. So I know that he is actually a human.
Could just be a really good filter on it.
Could be. You're right. It definitely could be. Wow, that's going to be wide. Oh, my goodness. Clench of the butt cheeks. Oh,
that's wide.
Oh, that's going to be... He's going to have to let that up. Ooh.
Oh, dear. Oh.
Yeah, Rachmat had to back out. I thought he didn't have to. That's... You can't overtake, even in the sprint series, you can't overtake a valid lap driver in quali, even if they did just lose about 5 tenths.
Yep, as long as it's a valid lap, you cannot overtake.
That's certainly going to raise a few eyebrows there for Rachmat. So Britt, 2.5 tenths up, losing a little bit of time on the exit there. Nice runs, trying to keep it in the dry line. He's got Payno behind. Payno's not a huge threat to him at the moment. 4 tenths up here. He could go faster than Rachmat if he holds this one together, which he's absolutely more than capable of. Down to the second to last now. Nice run, don't go wide. Yep, keeps it on the track, which is nice. A little bit of time hope in the final corner. Didn't hit the apex as well as he would have. I reckon it's almost hitting the wall. Is it going to be enough to beat Rachmat? I don't think so. No, it's not.
It's pretty close, though. That's what... probably less than a tenth of a second in that.
Yeah, I reckon at most it'll be a tenth. I don't know how low the 0.7 was that Rachmat did, but we have seen he's still got some in the tank. There you go. There's 2 tenths of it after about a fifth of the circuit.
And he's still got a little bit of that slipstream from Burrs in front, although Burrs is now 1.3 seconds ahead rather than, 5 tenths ahead.
Yeah, that's right. Sweeping right-hander. This is a real pain, this corner. I don't like this. But he pulled it up nicely. Half a second up now. Down to another sweep. There's so many sweeping corners here. It just flows amazingly. It's painful sometimes, but flows amazingly. Now, up to the uphill braking zone. It's another really painful one, and I reckon he's just, nailed that one absolutely beautifully. Along that dry line. He's got a car ahead, though, that could block him if he's not careful.
That is Burrs.
That is Burrs again. Hope he doesn't block him so much this time, because Rachmat is on an absolute flyer, and so was Burrs until he made that mistake.
Yeah, Burrs is still about 6-7 tenths up, but Rachmat's just on the run of his life, really.
Yeah, absolutely. 8 tenths. There's a 50 here if he holds this together on the accelerator nice and early. Final corner. Gets it on the curb just slightly to get the car rotating. Oh! Almost going to hit the wall. Oh, my goodness. There's the 50 that we were looking for. And he's just, made everyone look like a pack of fools with that one.
Yeah, Burrs took the lead momentarily. And those two are going to be the last across the line, really, because, well,
Oh, no, they're not.
Fourth and third last across the line.
Yeah, so Ty is 6/10 up here. Still needs another second on top of that, basically, to find any chance of getting pole. But, I mean, 6/10, that's P3.
Yeah, he's still got plenty of opportunities to find as he runs through the toe.
Yeah, nice use of the outside extension on the tarmac there. Certainly use that on the corner. Down to this blind right-hander into a blind left-hander. It's just a lot of blind corners here. So 8/10 up now. It's not going to be enough for P2 yet. It could be in a minute. But I think he just lost it, a lot of it there. And I think he might even have to settle if he's not careful with P3 or P4 even.
Yeah, so far his run through the final sector hasn't been the cleanest. What's it like around the final corner? Oh dear, that was close.
Yeah, he might almost have to settle for P4 here. Or P3 just.
Here's Brimble.
Ooh,
he's going to get P6.
Nice.
Dan Rama up to P3.
Yep.
Now let's keep an eye further back. We've got...
Burrs would have backed out because Rackmat got through.
Yeah.
Oh, he didn't. Oh, that's right. I forget that Rackmat's 62, not Burrs. So P1.
Yeah, and Rackmat's in. Rackmat's in the pit, so yeah. Burrs has snatched it at the death.
That was extremely close.
Oh, yeah. Less than a tenth of a second between Burrs and Rackmat. Oh, boo!
You can boo all you want.
Boo!
No. That wasn't an invitation for you to continue booing.
Oh. No, the chat seems to agree with me. Got Firelord booing, Diabol's booing.
Well, they're just simply wrong. There you go. You heard it.
Oh, Burrs' team name.
Yeah, ABS broke. You reckon?
Yeah, just maybe.
What gave us that impression?
I don't know. I really could not tell you. But
no idea.
But out of that qualifying session, we have Lucas Burrs taking pole position right at the end there from Rackmat. Then you had Britt, who was about half a second back from Burrs and Rackmat. Then you had Dan Rama, Ty, Brimblecombe, Richardson, Herod, Hignett, Sykes, your top 10. Then we had Brooker, Taplin, Curry, Begg, the other Taplin, Gulick, and Payno, your grid for split yellow.
God, I could just imagine the number of people who love a site like this, just pure V12 power on this grid.
Yes, and I mean, the V12 Aston does look quite stunning from these camera shots.
Cam wants me to give him a paddling. All right, Cam, I'll think about it.
So we have about a minute or so until we get underway for this formation lap. We have a 60-minute race, 2 mandatory pit stops, and now that it is nice and dry for these drivers, unfortunately, we should see a little bit of a variation in the strategy.
Yeah, look, I mean, there's no weather on the radar at the moment. Doesn't mean that it's not coming. But doesn't we might see some 15-minute stints. I don't know what the fuel consumption on this thing's like, and I can't imagine the tyre wears that great. But we'll certainly have to wait and see how these cars handle such a track like this, because it's pretty hard on the left side of the car here. So we'll see how the Aston handles that one.
Yeah, should be interesting seeing a few of the cars dropping now, so they're getting ready to get underway for this one. Of course, we still have a split green coming your way after this split yellow race finishes, and of course tomorrow night we have the sprint series for Asia Pacific blue and red. We now get underway for the formation lap. Mitch, did you have any predictions for this one?
I'm predicting Rackmat to get past Burrs, but in a fight. I'm predicting... Oh, it's going to be a tough one. I'm hoping there's not a pile-up. Certainly tell you that for certain. I'm predicting maybe, depending on what Rackmat and Burrs do, maybe Britt sneaking up into the top 2.
Ooh, potentially. I guess we don't really know exactly what the pace of these drivers will be like, because we just had the wet qualifying session and are now having to transition straight over to dry running.
Yeah, and I reckon a lot of the drivers probably practice in the dry, not in the wet. Maybe some of them did, knowing what the weather conditions were set to be on the surface, so maybe some of them will be more proficient in the dry than the others that maybe practice a bit in the wet. But it's going to be a bit hard to tell until we get maybe 5 minutes in, 10 minutes in, we'll start to see what the pace is like.
I'm going to put my prediction out there. Stephen Pye.
Yeah, see, I didn't want to do that because I didn't want to put a Moz on him.
Oh. Yes, Neil has given us a insightful
funny
prediction.
I think Neil might be right.
I have a feeling there'll be an Aston in every position in the top 17.
No, I don't know. You never know what could appear. Someone might appear in a 2015 Bentley.
You never know. You never know.
Oh, look at the rearview mirror. That's not a menacing look at all.
No, not at all. We'll get there. Nice and close there.
So, Law MIT in Twitch chat. Hignett podium out of nowhere.
Oh, yeah, potentially.
That is potential.
Hignett does tend to show good pace in the dry conditions.
Absolutely. See Burrs and Rackmat come around the final corner, and I'm going to let Alexis Bowen moz this race.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. Well, hopefully we don't get a pile up at the inner loop, but we have Burrs, Rackmat, Britt, Dan Rama, Ty, Brimblecombe, Richardson, Herod, Hignett, and Sykes, your top 10. We are now underway, and Britt has gotten off to a flyer of a start. Burrs did not get away well, and that is going to allow Rackmat to get around the outside. This is going to be tight, nearly contact between the two of them. Now that will allow Britt to potentially get up the inside as we run up through this fast S section. They're side by side. This is very tight. Britt's going to have to back out of that one. But no, he's still there. He's still holding strong, and he's now got the inside line as they run towards the inner loop. So far, no huge calamities. Although, looks like we have Benjamin Hignett drop to the back, and Burrs is going to get ahead of this. A little bit loose for Burrs, and he's gone off, and now Britt runs through. Can Burrs go in the back? No, he's... Oh, that was so close. But Lucas Burrs, that was... Oh dear.
Now he's got this man a clean pair of underwear. Holy moly.
He's still going.
Now, can we get a quick weather check? Apparently it's going to rain.
What?
Weather check, somebody. Keep going.
Yep. So we have...
Yeah, that's a track map. That's good.
Yep, so we have rack map from Britt, Dan Rama, Ty, Burrs, Herod, Brimblecombe, Richardson, Sykes, and Beg, your top 10. Seems the only driver that really had calamities there was, unfortunately, Benjamin Hignett.
Who mozzed it?
That was Law.
I blame you.
That I think that's Austin McNeil in the Twitch chat.
I was trying to work out who it was. Well, McNeil, not good enough.
Oh dear, Burrs has Herod up the inside at the second to last corner. This is always going to be tight. Burrs now has the inside line though. Can Herod hold it? No, he's going to have to back out of it. But now he's got the run coming out of the corner, and he's going to try and...
30. I don't know if anyone heard Mike Crick, sorry. Just a little quiet one in our ears. Rain in 30.
Oh boy, that's going to be interesting. So these drivers now have a choice to make. I think Burrs may need to take one of his pit stops pretty much once, if as soon as he possibly can, and then just come in for the wets and just hope that the rain sticks around. Because Burrs right now is really, really, really struggling. But
Yeah, absolutely. He needs to do something.
Absolutely. He's now gone up the inside, the inner loop. Can he hold it this time? Yes, he can. He's gotten back ahead of Herod.
I like that blue, but I don't know if it goes with the green with the cream. I'm a bit suspicious on that one.
Yeah, it looks like just your average fish and chip shop.
What kind of fish and chip shops do you go to in the middle of nowhere?
Yes.
Yes, it's a great answer. Using all the outside tarmac there. Stephen Ty. I appreciate that team name. That's a pretty accurate representation of how the Aston actually sounds.
Looks like we've had a disconnect somewhere. We're down to 16 drivers again.
Ooh.
That was Dan Rama.
Who set someone burrs his bubble?
Looks like we had a disconnect for Dan Rama. And Dan Rama was up there. Like, I think he was P3. That is unfortunate.
Apparently I'm taking the words out of Cam Thistlethwaite's mouth. That's good. At least people are thinking the same thing we are. That's good. Now people can understand what it's like to be in the comms box. Oh, down the inside.
That would have been...
Oh my goodness, what was that? That was Brooker almost deciding to go for a bit of a drift down onto the front straight.
Not ideal.
Look, it's not. You're right.
And he's let Curry through.
Curry.
Although Curry has overshot that. That's... Oh dear.
He's going to get apart. Oh, he's held it. Oh my, I've done that before. It is not fun.
No, it is dangerous. Now he's gone wide, and that could allow Brooker back through. Will he go for it? No. Not enough room there. So Curry manages to hold that. That was a little bit close there, Mr. Liam Taplin.
Yeah, just a tad close. Evan Richardson now in a little battle pack here. Broomer come in front. Sykes and Begg and Curry. Brooker all behind as well. This huge battle pack you can see on the track map. Rack map 1.5 in front of Britt out front. Ty's 1.6 behind. Burrs is 2.4 behind. He's having an absolute shocker to this starting part of the race.
Yeah, but it started to balance out a little bit for Burrs as Brimblecombe goes very, very wide. That's allowed Richardson up the inside. Is he going to dive it? No, he'll have to back out of that one. Yeah, Brimblecombe shuts the door. Was not having a bar of it as the pit window is now open. With the rain in, what, 20 to 30 minutes?
5 minutes, something like that, yeah.
Will we see drivers come in? Like, try and get the dry stint out of the way and then just run it on the wets the whole way?
I'd be doing 2 15 minutes with a wet half an hour at the end.
Yeah.
Or at least pit 15 minutes and go as long as you can before the rain becomes a problem with the tyres.
Yeah, I think that would be what I'd do as well. Be interesting to see what Burrs does. He's got Herod all over his rear end. And Burrs is really struggling now. 3 seconds back from Stephen Ty.
Yeah, I think he's trying to defend a little bit from Herod. Herod has been very consistent and consistently good in the Spec series so far. So certainly one to look out for a good result.
Oh, Burrs is really struggling.
Garbage of a time. I reckon that ABS 0 is not helping.
Maybe someone needs to go into the electronics and fix the ABS.
No, don't be silly.
I guess it wouldn't be in the spirit of the team name.
Yes, that's right.
Either way, Burrs. Yeah, look at how much he's struggling. Yeah, no, he is not having a good time.
He's got to go on the outside. Switchback. Yep, I like the sound of that, but he's not going to get it.
I wouldn't be surprised if Burrs comes in this lap. I reckon he's absolutely demolished those tyres.
Yeah, it's probably not the worst. Do a 20, just chuck some fuel in and go for it in the dry conditions. He's going to keep going. I think he wants to at least push with the fuel that he's got. Maybe he hasn't seen the weather yet.
Potentially, I don't know.
Certainly wouldn't put that past any driver, considering how tough this car will be to drive at a track like this.
Yeah, that's a little wide.
That's another thing to look out for, track limit warnings.
Oh yeah, if track limits are deadly around here, especially because there's so many places you can run off with how just sort of blind a lot of these corners are.
You mean how all of them are blind?
Yes.
Yeah, fair enough. Ooh, nice run there for Herod, just almost nailing that. Got a little bit bumpy in the second part, but it's pulled it up nicely. Rathmat now 2 seconds ahead of Britt, who's got Ty, who's lapping consistently enough with him that he's sort of holding the pace there with him. Burrs in front here is 3 seconds behind. Herod is just dropping back a little bit now, so drivers starting to settle in with the pace. Grant Begg, though, side by side with Sykes a little bit further back on the field.
Yeah, here is that. Oh, this is a gaggle and a half.
Yeah, we're back to this gaggle again. Grant Begg's right in the heart of it at the moment. He's got Sykes ahead, Kuru behind. He's probably in the worst, but I'd pit. That's what I would do. I'd pit.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea if you're in this sort of battle pack and the rain that's coming in is enough that it would warrant the wet tyres. You might come in now, just use up as much of the dry running as you can, and then just wets to the end.
Yeah, absolutely. Up the inside. That's a little bit close. That is a very chrome Aston that Sykes is running there. I reckon I could almost see myself in that thing.
It's beautiful.
Little birdie in our ear. Mike telling us that 20 minutes to rain, so it's around the half an hour mark that we're going to see this one. So drivers, I'd be maybe in the next 5 minutes I'd be pitting if I was you. So anyone you can hear me, Grant, can you hear me? Sykes, can you hear me? I'd pit. Oh, Grant, don't put it down there. He's trying to put the pressure on though, which is good. I reckon he's almost put the pressure on himself. He's going to run really wide. He's going to hit the bump. Oh, he's saved it just.
Yeah, we've had Liam Taplin come into the pits, so he is the first one to take the option.
Yes, good decision.
Yeah, I'd say so.
I mean, I'm no expert, but I think good decision.
And Bowles, I don't really think the rain would clear up at the end of the race.
Yeah, I can understand the concern, because this is why I think if you pit in the next 5 minutes, even 10, maybe chuck a bit of extra fuel in, because you won't need to pit straight away when it starts raining. You can get away with it up until when it goes to probably a damp track. That's probably when you want to look to pit for the wets. Even on greasy, you could probably look to wets, but I'd be staying till damp.
Yeah, damp sort of.
Come in on the wet.
I think, waiting until damp is probably the best option for most of these drivers. Oh, that was a little bit loose there from Grant Begg.
Yeah, sure was. Something that isn't loose at the moment is Rackmat, who's almost 3 seconds ahead of Britt. Ty's actually caught up half a second to Britt as well, so maybe Britt needs to look to pit if he's losing a bit of time on the tyres. Maybe they're a bit cooked, or maybe he's just not quite in the zone yet.
Meanwhile, Herod has managed to get ahead of Burrs. Yes, he has. Has he gone too deep, though, Herod? No, he's managed to get it pretty well. It's always something you just have to...
look at that again. It's certainly going to be something else. So Burrs, outside, bus stop, just looked there but decided to back out. It actually spooked Herod a bit. And Herod actually pulled it up almost perfectly to keep that position away.
Yeah, he would not have wanted to go any faster.
No.
Either way, Herod has now managed to finally get ahead of Lucas Burrs, who is probably feeling a little bit lost at the moment, as we see the number 13 of Payno has caused a yellow flag there at the exit of the inner.
Okay.
Oh dear.
Now, I don't know if we want to see this utter sadness. That's fine. That was almost. It looks like he's actually come out pretty unscathed there, except for that bit.
Yeah, that was an odd one.
Because the bounce came after the curb.
Yeah, he just seemed to got over the curb, and then the suspension just didn't seem to know exactly what to do. I don't know whether he was
to go to Narnia, I think.
I don't know whether it was just because he was turning as he was like it just in the middle of the air. It's a weird one. Meanwhile, Hignett has come into the pits to do his first of 2 mandatory stops. You're hearing from Austin that the V12 suspension is questionable at best. Grant Begg, you do not want to be sticking the nose up there too often.
Inside. Yep.
Oh. Okay, maybe sticking your nose there is fine as long as you don't hit the other driver.
No, sticking your nose there is fine when you can predict what the car in front's going to do. E.g.
Oh dear. Oh, he's lost the position.
Come on.
Here comes Brooker to the outside.
He's going to meditate that one. He's going to go deep, but Brooker's going to have the switch back, and I reckon if he gets the right exit, he's going to have the... Yeah, I reckon you're going to see a move here. Watch this.
That was a nice exit from Brooker, but he hasn't quite converted it.
You'll stick... No, he didn't stick the nose out. I was expecting a bit of a nose stick there. Oh, deep.
Still
in the pits, yeah.
Still a decent attempt there from Brooker. But yeah, just Begg running that little bit too deep. I don't know where he just locked the rears or just went too deep, trying to consolidate the position. It's gotten a lot darker here at Watkins Glen.
Yeah, I'm surprised the cars don't actually have, some of them have their lights on, others don't. We definitely want them to turn them on reasonably soon. Down to turn 1. Brooker, Blue is Nice is his team name. Oh, that's great. Good to know Blue is Nice.
Well, it's true.
Yeah, is it? Oh, stop, go 30 for Payno. Yeah. Okay. Masochist Motorsport. That sounds, I like the sound of that.
I think Richardson's had that team name for the whole Spec series.
Has he? Well, it's very complimentary given the car.
Yes. Well, it was very complimentary with pretty much all the cars we've run so far.
No. Don't you say that about the Bentley. You can say that about the Nissan.
Oh, yes, of course.
Oh, who was that that ran wide and almost hit the wall? Who was that?
You can't say that about the Nissan.
Man, Mike's telling me to not be rude to Nissan. That's just too bad.
Hey, I've driven both the Nissan and the Bentley. I can say these things.
I drove the Nissan for a bit, but then gave up and chose Bentley instead.
Yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah. Do I try to bring back the Bentley next Sprint Series season? Thinking emoji.
Oh, I mean, you've got the BOP now. Brimblecombe, that's why.
I'm on having a bad day.
Yep, those brakes are screaming.
I think the tyres might be screaming more like.
Why not both?
Oh, he's going to go into the pits too, judging by that line.
By the looks of it,
yep.
Yes. It was an interesting way of making his way in, but he got in.
Yeah, absolutely. So Brimacombe, Sykes both in the pits. That's probably the right decision. Maybe the driver's just trying to push. I reckon they were wanting to see what the forecast would be for the rain.
And I haven't heard too much yet, but I'm guessing that the rain is sticking around on the radar.
Are you close. Right?
Yes, I am fine. That was...
No, I don't know about that, to be honest.
That was very close to the wall for Curry.
It was. Oh, look at the bouncy bounce. That is not a lot of movement in that suspension.
What suspension?
Well, that's a good point.
think, yeah, you had Babby in the Twitch chat asking that exact question if it had suspension, as that is wide again from Meg, and Brooker now trying to go around the outside.
He's hit him. Oh dear.
Little hard to tell what happened, but we'll have a look from the outside.
Beg's turned into him.
Yeah, that was clumsy from Beg, unfortunately. That is unfortunate.
Get on that. Slap him. No, Chris knows he's on stream. He's flashing the lights. He knows.
Yeah.
I assume he knows.
Yeah. As Brit is in. Looks like that is Herod in.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's Herod in as well. So Burr's staying out. Ty staying out. Rackmat also staying out.
So we do have a few split strategies here.
Yeah. I mean, some of them I think just wanted to get a pit stop out of the way early, being in battles. Others, like now, not sure what the rain's going to do. Now, this will be interesting because the drivers will have to go on dries. Maybe they're going to try and push the dries as long as possible, then jump on the wets. It's probably not the worst strategy.
Yeah, I'd say so.
I appreciate the blue outlines on this livery. That's very nice.
Yeah, it's just a little touch. But it
not all of it, just a tad. Oof, I could look at that all day, I think.
Yeah.
I'm not going to, but I could. Oh, Brett at the moment. He's in the pits with all his best mates. Herod's in there. Payno's in there. Herod will drop down in about 2 seconds' time. Get on his way. That was a good stop from Brett, actually. That looked reasonably clean. Down back onto the front straight.
And he's out there on his own.
Yeah, clean air is what he wants, and clean air is what he gets, so we'll have to keep an eye out to see if Rackmat gets the same treatment. Herod now comes out of the pits. That looked like quite a long pit stop there for Herod. I don't know if there's a reason behind that.
He was a fair way back from Brit, as far as I can recall, but I'm not sure where he's quite that far, yeah. I wonder if he just got moved in the stop.
Yeah, potentially that's an easy 5-second loss, even 10-second if you're not careful.
Yeah.
Someone's saying they think that Jag is Alton Park is next. Oh, goodness me.
Oh, the Jag. You'll love to see it.
It's going to be interesting.
You cannot hate the Jag. Unless you do, then I guess you can.
So there we go. Curry into the pits. Taplin in the pits. Begg staying out. Brooker also staying out. Gulick may come in. It's not actually quite around to the pit lane yet, so we'll see what happens there.
I think...
Austin McNeil's keen for the Jag at Alton. I'm not particularly concerned about Alton, but Jag is pretty meh.
Yeah, it's you can't go wrong with a bit of a Jag.
No, but you can though.
I mean, you could, but you also could not.
This is true. Down to the very hidden right-hander Rackmat, Ty. Sorry, I'll get them right eventually. I was looking at the bottom right at Rackmat, who is almost 6 seconds ahead of Ty now. So. It's a fair amount of time gained in 20 minutes there for Rackmat. Is he going to come into the pits or is he going to stay out? Or is Ty going to come in or stay out?
Rackmat's in.
Yeah, Rackmat's in. I reckon Ty might follow.
No, Ty's going to keep going.
Interesting strategy there. Oh, that's the wall, surely.
I think he just managed to avoid it.
Unless maybe he's going to go for a shorter stint on the dries and... just maybe try and take fastest lap or make up some lost ground. I'm not sure.
Or maybe he just doesn't want to do so much wet weather driving, so he's just going to sit in the pits 2 times when it goes wet.
Don't know if that's the right strategy.
Wouldn't think so, as Grant Begg picks up 15 seconds for that collision with Brooker.
Yep.
That's the right penalty.
As he comes into the pits, so he's going to be way down the back of the field now.
Yes. Mr. Begg will not be happy.
Yeah, he almost decided to give the wall a dinner date. That's how happy he was.
Ah, yes. You know someone is happy when they give the wall a little bit of a love tap. Or at least try to. There is Rakhmat coming out of the pits. And he seems to have a pretty decent gap to Brit. In fact, he's got Gluck between himself and Brit. Here is Buzz, and he has come out, ahead of Herod. So I think Herod did get moved in his stop.
That's
certainly
not an
is
ideal situation.
No.
Over 6 second gap between Brit and Rakhmat. And that's what the gap was between Ty and Brit. So either Ty has caught up in terms of pace to Brit, or there's 12 seconds between Ty and Rakhmat. And here is Ty in the pits now, with rain allegedly in 5 minutes, but of course the track may not need wet tyres for at least 10.
Oh, that's wonderful for Pano. He's come to the YouTube chat and said that his pedals decided that his accelerator should become a clutch.
Oh dear.
Yeah, no.
No. I don't recommend that strategy.
It's not ideal, to say the least.
No, it's not. Here comes Rakhmat now, second to last corner. Ty won't drop down just yet. Probably when Rakhmat crossed the line, you'll see Ty drop down.
Here is Brit.
Yeah, Brit is here. So,
oh
dear.
And Ty got ahead of Brit as well.
He will be kicking himself.
Oh dear.
Oh, that's not good.
No, I wouldn't expect it to
now,
be.
Brooker in the pits. Gulick still hasn't pitted yet. So, rain probably in the next 5 minutes or so. Popping up here is Richardson yet to pit as well, so he'll have to pit in a minute, I reckon, if he wants to get that out of the way. We've had another disconnection. Disconnecting.
I'm trying to work out who it was who disconnected.
No, I couldn't tell you.
I have a feeling that was Grant Begg who disconnected.
Yeah, and that's exactly who it was. You'd be right. I'm going to find out how long the drive-through is.
Yes, here is Mr. Begg himself coming into the chat, aptly saying
he did a boo-boo.
He did a boo-boo.
A Watkins drive-through is 26 seconds.
That's
quick math, that somebody. So let's have a think. 1, 5, 10. A long
He
way.
would drop to about Brimblecombe.
Back of the field, I think, actually.
A drive-through would drop him about
5,
where
9,
Brimblecombe
12. Yeah, behind Taplin, I think, almost. Yeah, Brimblecombe, Taplin.
It's about...
So, I mean, top 10. Oh, rain getting heavier. Oh, yeah.
Woohoo! No more boos. The boos are gone. Okay, so between Ty and Gulk, there's 8 seconds. Then there's another 7 seconds. Back to Harris, that's what? 15 seconds.
Yeah, it's massive. It's too hard.
Yeah.
Too hard.
So yeah, he dropped to just ahead of Brimblecombe, I think, if he for Ty's drive through.
Yeah. And we've got some more people in chat. Meg D's here, everybody. Oh yeah.
And Austin in the Twitch chat bring up a good point or potential theory, asking, wouldn't it be better to do your pit stops in the wet because everyone's lap times would be slower?
Well, in theory, maybe, but the issue there is that if you put on the heavier fuel, the tyre wear, the time you'd lose could be time if you gain back if you'd just done a pit stop in the dry.
Well, what if you just did your wet pit stops back to back? Like your 2 pit stops back to back, like you come in and then come in again.
Yeah, not totally convinced by that.
Because you'd only have to fuel up for like 12, 15-minute stints at most.
Yeah, but I guess the other thing is that you sort of want to try and stay on check with the other drivers, because if you drop your tyre, if your tyres drop off quickly, and who knows if they will with these things, you might be in trouble. There you go, Ty's just having the drive-through, so now we're going to get our answer about where he's going to come out. Where's 333? Yeah, I suspect...
Well, there's Ty coming out now, just behind him.
Brimblecombe.
Yeah, just behind Brimblecombe.
There.
So, it was about right with the estimate.
Stay in the Olsen chat that Grant Begg is dead. This is true.
Greg is dead.
Greg is dead. He's Greg now. He's not
Yes.
Greg. Oh, I thought the car was about to do a bouncy off the track there for Ty. He's already on the back of Brimblecombe. He's having absolutely none of it at the moment. So we're going to see rain in the next 2 minutes or so. And Brimblecombe's going to want to get a bit of a move on here or get out of the way. He's sort of in his own bubble here. He's got Ty and then 8 seconds to Taplin and 10 seconds to Herod ahead.
Yeah, so he's got a bit of space. Just some social distancing.
Change everything. Wet could change everything. Coming down to the blind right-hander. It started raining.
Oh,
there it is.
Yeah, the wipers.
You know by the wipers straight away. We can also call out everyone who's using bonnet cam because their wipers won't be on. Unless they're on automatic, then they might be.
Bonnet cam was once the best cam.
No, bonnet cam's never the best cam.
It was once the best.
Pitting. Ooh, that's a... Oh! Yeah, Brimblecombe didn't want to give that up, but I reckon if you can get the exit... No. The wet is certainly not helping there.
Oh, wow. It's gotten wet very quick.
Yep. I reckon everyone probably needs to pit 2 laps.
Probably why Burrs came in now. I think he has more confidence on the wet tyres.
Well, I think you also find you don't want to go out too early on the wets because you will kill them in the dry.
Yay!
Yahoo!
How fun. Would not surprise me if Richardson comes in.
Yeah, well, he should come in, I would hope.
Well, he's the only one who's gone for that strategy that McNeil has sort of proposed as a potential. And while these conditions are changeable, if you did want to go for like a back-to-back pit stop, this would be your perfect time to do it. While the conditions are very iffy.
Absolutely possible. So Burrs is currently third to last.
Brimblecombe's around.
Okay. Brimblecombe is in the wall. Watch out.
And
let's have a look. I bet you gassed it up on the curb. Yep, grass dead.
He's dead there. He's dead there.
Yeah.
Double death. Won't be too much damage, but as Lando Norris has once said, damage to the reputation. Unfortunately.
Probably not even damage to reputation, just damage to the confidence. Richardson in, Herod in. Who else is coming in? Gulick's already in, Payno's already in. I think he actually hasn't left since serving that last pit stop, sorry. So I think he's just sitting there. Yeah, 10 laps down.
Yeah. Well, he's still having those pedal issues.
Yes, of course. My memory is just that good.
Yes. perfect memory, no issues whatsoever.
Yeah. No, Rackmat, I reckon, is going to have to come in this lap. Taplin in the pits, Hignett in the pits as well, following behind. Brimblecombe pits, Taplin pitting as well. Brooker will pit when he comes around. No. Oh, okay, sure, go for it. All to their own.
Yeah, it's made this very interesting. Intrigued to see what sort of tyre Richardson came on, because he had 2 stops left when this rain started. I think he'd gone onto the wets.
Yeah, absolutely. So, Rackmat. Oh, I thought he was actually
Rackmat staying out.
Ooh, I mean, it's looking still probably greasy on track, so maybe it's going to switch over to damp reasonably soon. You can see little patches forming. So, I'd be looking to pit sooner rather than later now. Serve that pit stop.
Brit's in. Okay, thank you. We just heard from Mike in the background that Richardson is on the wets.
Let's see how Rackmat handles the bus stop here. Reasonably smoothly, considering he's on dry tyres still. Ty in the pits, Brit in the pits. So the interesting thing to note is Richardson is ahead of Ty. Well, which he would be because of the drive-through. What a silly man.
Yes. Well, Ty was ahead until Ty came into the pits.
Yes, exactly right. So Richardson sticking it out for now. Burrs, Herod, Taplin, Hignett, Taplin again, Brimblecombe, Gulick, both all doing their final pit stops. Richardson just feeling the effects of the rain, I think, now. So you can see that dry line forming in the wet. So those drivers probably need to jump on out on those wet tyres for the last 25 minutes here.
Paul Britt currently sitting P4.
Sure is. Sykes in the pits, Brocker in the pits as well. So drivers starting to see they do need the wets, and they got their nice little bit of wet practice earlier in quali. So Rackmat does also come to the pits. Richardson will probably follow suit, I would dare say. Ooh, little bit squirrely there for Britty, but that's okay. Pulled it up nicely back on the curb there. So Curry, Richardson, Rackmat, the only ones not serve the pit stop. Of course, Rackmat's in there doing it now. So you'll see the lovely green bar come up next to his name in a minute. And then we'll see those last 2 drivers needing to serve theirs reasonably. So Richardson staying out. That's a interesting move. He's probably on wet, so he could.
Yeah, he's on the wets. He's on 52.9.
Yeah, so that's pretty good pace he's got there. But maybe he's going to wait till maybe the 15-minute left or 10-minute mark to take the final pit stop. Curry's coming into the pits.
He's pretty much doing the opposite of what everyone else has done. So rather than doing the 15 minutes.
Oh
dear. Oh dear.
Can't recommend.
Not ideal, to say the least.
No.
You often want to be avoiding those sorts of penalties.
No. What makes you say that?
My mouth, I think.
I
think that's how I'm making these noises. But Rackmat is still very clear in the lead.
Yeah, absolutely. Britt holding a long way behind. Ty is a fair way back from Herod, 15 seconds to be exact. And Herod is 2 seconds behind Burrs, so we'll see how that one plays out now that Curry's got a pit and Richardson has to pit as well. So Ty's provisionally only P6 at the moment, because Richardson, in theory, will come out ahead of him after his final pit stop.
Potentially. entirely sure. You'd think so, because Richardson at least has those wets up to scuff now.
Yeah, absolutely. Rackmat at the moment still leading Britt by 10.5 seconds. Quite a margin for him. Richardson 52.9 last lap. Let's see what he does this lap. 53.3. So the track's starting to become slower the wetter it gets. So hopefully the drivers can get a full hold on it. Hopefully they adjusted their tyre pressures for the increasing rain conditions. So Rackman did a 207 last lap because he pitted. Let's see what he does this lap. He's going to do a 240 again. Hello.
Yeah. Okay, so that was just his outlap then.
The outlap because he pitted that lap. Sorry. Yeah, that was silly, mate. I'll get there eventually.
Be interesting. What did Britt do? Because he has been on them for a little longer. 53.1. So Richardson's pace is about where you'd expect it.
Yeah, absolutely. Still on pace, which is good, which is where he needs to be if he wants to get ahead of some drivers, wants to get ahead of Ty, wants to potentially stay ahead of Herod if possible, but of course we can't guarantee that one. So
I think Richardson's done a very good job on his strategy.
Yeah, certainly out of order with everybody else, just staying on the dry as long as possible and going in on the wet conditions to save a little bit of time there, which is certainly a nice way to go about it. It might be a bit painful for a fair chunk of the stint, but certainly looks like it's paid off.
So he's got about 20 seconds to Ruckma, and then there's like increments of about 11, 12 seconds beyond that back to Burrs. So I think, yeah, realistically, you're sort of looking at about coming out ahead of Ty for Richardson at this stage. Just see Ignat getting ahead of Liam Taplin, or staying ahead of Liam Taplin. I'm not too sure what the order was.
No, he getting ahead because Taplin I saw was P7, so I don't know what's happened there.
Yeah, okay, so he's maybe Taplin just ran a
ahead, maybe. Yeah, Taplin's had an incident potentially, I think. Taplin was even ahead of Ty before, so I don't really know what's happened. Oh no, because Couried pitted, so ignore me. So, but Taplin was ahead of Hignett, so interesting one. Maybe
I'm guessing that Taplin may have just ran wide somewhere.
You would be right there. Down through third to last corner now comes Hignett, needing to make up some time. Doing 53s though, which is around the pace of those a little bit further up the field. 16.5 seconds behind Ty at the moment, so no real threat to any other driver at this point. Richardson's the only one left to conduct his final pit stop. He's currently sitting, is that a 51.7 for Fadley? My goodness.
That is speedy.
That is fast. He's certainly going to be blowing everyone away. 11, almost 12 seconds ahead of Britt there, who's 12.5 ahead of Burrs. So nice recovery from Burrs there after that first little issue in the dry there. Herod's 2.2 behind as well, so dropped a little bit tight.
Just noticed that.
Second faster than everyone else is Rachmat at the moment, and now Alexis has seen something.
Yeah, just noticed that Rachmat had to go offline to cool the tyres down a little bit, so maybe just the conditions are still a bit of a struggle for these tyres, but it's at least enough for them to be quicker than the dries.
Yeah, absolutely. The tyres can heat up a little bit if they need to, just to allow the driver to keep it on track. Coming on to turn one now, breaking around the 200 metre board, and does. Nice up on turn one. They're just using that nice bit of the curve, going a long way on the outside there. And you'll see Rachmat 17 seconds behind Richardson, so Richardson certainly dropped back there. Probably around the ahead of Ty, as we said before, with the R guess, and this is a big mistake from Richardson, which I don't think they will be.
There you go, just running offline at the moment just to cool him down, but currently we're looking at the superior headlight cam. At least that's what I'm calling it.
Well, I was going to say, I don't know if I call it superior. Headlight cam, yes. And we see there, Rachmat does still have fastest up the race from the dry running, almost did a 44 in the race, which is very fast for a car like this in racing conditions.
Even with the ballast adjustments.
Yeah, even I think all these cars are having 40 kilos taken off them to help the times out a little bit, so the car would be a little bit slower if it had that 40 kilos put back on, but it was more than okay. The times, even with the 40 kilos off, are still quite impressive. As Rachmat is closing these times at a matter of seconds a lap to Richardson, so maybe Richardson's just getting a little bit slower with the worn wets, or maybe he needs to come in and get his pit stop done.
Still going around at the moment, so I think he's going to try and split it as evenly as he can.
You would be right.
Oh, that's a tap.
Oh, that's close. That's very close.
It was a tap. I could see the camera just moved that little bit unorthodoxly.
Or you're seeing things.
Maybe. But either way, Rachmat is quite fast.
Yeah, look, quite fast is probably an understatement to him, as he's blowing the field away at the moment, doing those 51s and low 52s, and the car just looks absolutely planted through the bus stop there. Almost looks like he's just driving it in the drive. With the way he's driving, he's not really having any issues or anything like that. He's doing very well.
Yes, he is indeed. Yeah, he's got 14 seconds to Brett. Brett's 12 and a bit seconds out of Burrs, and Burrs is starting to break away from Herod now, so Lucas Burrs definitely more acclimatized to these wet conditions than he is the dry.
Absolutely, Burrs only having pulled out 8 tenths or so on Herod since we were last checked in with the split, which was multiple, probably 4 or 5 laps ago, so he's not pulling out a huge amount of time each lap, maybe a tenth or two, probably 2 tenths each lap, which sounds like a lot in retrospect, but I mean, it's not a huge amount. Even if he makes one mistake, there you go, he's back to 2.6 already, so there's that mistake I was just talking about. Or Herod picked up the pace, one of the two.
Either works either way.
Yeah, so just past the 15 minutes left mark here in this split yellow race. Herod is trying to chase down Burrs. He's got a 13.5 second gap to tie behind, so he can sort of look to use maybe a track limit if he needs to try and find the time, or just push that little bit harder and make mistakes if need be, because he has that buffer if required. Burrs has got a buffer to Britt as well, so he can do the same thing if he wants a chance here at getting a higher position or needing to defend if required. Richardson still hasn't pit, so not quite there in terms of the final results as of yet.
Yeah, not quite. You would expect Richardson would come out around where Stephen Ty is on track, or halfway between Herod and Ty, somewhere around there.
Through the bus stop, Herod comes now. You can see he's taking a very aggressive line through there. You can see the dry line forming very clearly on the track there, so drivers probably, as you saw before with Rachmat, just maybe needing to head off line a little bit just to get those tyres in a cooler temperature. So might be heating up a little bit given the conditions with that dry line. It's not quite enough for there not to be a dry line as of yet. I don't think we will see that before the end of the race anyway. We've got only 8 minutes left in the pit window, so Richardson probably needs to start seriously considering pitting if he wants to make sure that he gets it within that window. Of course, it closes with 5 minutes left, so Rackmat is in the box seat here. Britton Burrs a little bit further back down the road. Herod in there, and Ty is also catching up to Herod a bit, but it's not going to be enough to cause any issues before the end of the race.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I think Richardson needs to come in at the end of this lap. He's starting to bleed a bit of time now. Gap to Brits is about 27.5 seconds. It's 30 seconds for the stop, 22 seconds for the drive. It's... yeah, so he's going to come out right around where Stephen Ty is.
Yeah, because it's 26 for a drive-through, so you add 30 on that, basically. And there you go, 56.
Yeah, so I reckon now he would come out behind Ty. I reckon he's probably just stayed out that little bit too long, or maybe just doesn't quite have the pace. But either way, it's brought him up more positions than...
oh, it's going to be close. I reckon it might be a second or two behind Ty. Unless Ty makes a mistake, then he will certainly come out ahead of him. But I reckon you're right. I reckon it'll be just behind Ty.
Because there's Ty now. Yeah, so... yeah, it'll be a few seconds behind Ty.
The wets are... there we go, just confirmation there from Mike Crick that rain will not be clearing before the end of this race, so it's going to be wet to the end here. And Richardson's still going, giving us pain. Maybe he's going to wait 10 minutes, put low fuel in and go for it. I mean, if he's going to fight with Ty, why not?
He just has to bite the bullet and do it. Like, his times aren't terrible. 54.3, that's still respectable enough.
That almost could be 2 seconds slower than Rackmat, though.
Yeah. I just wonder whether he's trying to bite off a bit more than he can chew at this stage. Or does he even know that he needs to do another stop?
I hope he does. He should see the little orange notification next to his name and leaderboard with 1 left. So, hoping he sees that. Maybe he's got a strategy in mind here that he wants to take.
I always get worried when drivers leave it this late. We'll see what happens with Richardson. I hope that he comes in. As the 333 of Liam Taplin now comes to a little bit of a halt, but he gets going again and does not lose any positions, but he now has Curry all over the back of him.
Yeah, absolutely. There is Curry.
Taplin's just a little bit further up the road.
Yes.
I don't know whether there's any damage to Taplin.
I'm not sure of that yet, but Brooker now is fighting with Glen Taplin at the moment for a top 10 position. And Taplin's doing nicely so far to defend. No one's really a threat.
Yeah, Richardson's coming in.
Richardson's actually pitting.
Yay!
I believe it, ladies and gentlemen.
That's
the run.
Yep. Taplin ride, yeah. So here comes Chris Brooker up the inside at turn 1. This is going to be a little bit tight here, but I think Brooker
should... the breaking point. Taplin almost nailed that. He couldn't turn in because Brooker was there. Now Brimblecombe might actually get involved in this as well. Brooker got a nice exit though.
Oh, but he has to be careful through here. Yep. Oh dear, that looks loose.
Yeah, loose for the right word. You think?
And there's Brimblecombe.
Uh-oh.
No, please no, please no, please no.
Don't do it, Brimblecombe. He's done it, and I reckon he's going to pull it up. Yeah, that was really respectful racing.
Yeah.
Brooker, he's pulled that just absolutely inch perfect, which is fantastic. Coming around the super right-hander. Maybe Brimblecombe's going to have a go at Taplin here. I reckon he is. Maybe around the outside if he can get it done. Oh, he braked early switchback is what I'm smelling here. And there's one... oh, but Taplin didn't have any of it. Was turning across him. Wanted to close the door. Couldn't quite get that one done in time. Down to the braking uphill right-hander braking zone. It's a real nasty one in the dry, let alone in the wet. Let's see what can be done. Brimblecombe can't quite put it off. Brooker might stick the nose out here to put a bit of pressure on Brimblecombe, but I don't think it's going to work. Maybe Taplin might go deep with the pressure from Brimblecombe, but I don't think that's going to happen. Let's have a look down to the second to last corner as we see Richardson has come ahead of Hignett, but behind Ty out of the pits.
Yeah, behind Ty by 10 seconds. Yeah.
Wow, I was not expecting that. That must have been a really bad stop.
Yeah, he just probably left it a little bit too long, but still he'll be happy with the result. Oh, Brimblecombe. Oh dear, that was...
I don't think that's English.
No, that was very close to calamity, and now Brooker is back on the rear end, but that was a fantastic save.
Yeah, did much enjoy seeing that one. 7 minutes to go here. Pit winner's going to close, but that doesn't matter because everyone has conducted their pit stops. Now, it's a battle to the end. Burrs 13 seconds behind Britt, who's 18.5 seconds behind Rackman.
Rackman's just flown today.
No one has been able to stop him other than Quali, where Burrs put the stop to Rackman's very nice form from Zolder last week. Put him half a tenth ahead on pole this week. And hasn't quite been able to get himself back up, but Britt sitting P2, nice job from him. I think he started P3, so good run from him overall. Burrs.
Oh, this is going to be tight.
Oh my goodness, yeah, Brimblecombe needs to back out of that. He just didn't quite have it at the inside enough.
Now they've got blue flags.
Blue flag for Rackmat. Needs to move.
Yeah, just let him go, and that's what he does. So that's what Brooker allowed Rackmat to go through before. Now Brimblecombe could use this slightly to his advantage if he's able to hold Coyson enough to the back of Rackmat.
Using all the track there on the exit, didn't want to lose it. If he doesn't want to lose it again through here, wide line. That's going to bring Brooker maybe back into this as Taplin gets out of the way of Rackmat. The right thing to do, and that's going to lead Brimblecombe round the outside. Oh, he's going to look to the inside. Has the run.
Oh, that was close.
Goodness. I thought that was going to.
That's close. That was touching.
Very close. Oh, this is great racing, and they both... Oh, it's a bit of a shove-off track there from Brimblecombe on Taplin. He's going to need to rejoin well, and does, and Brooker backs out. I'd have just kept going if I was Brooker, if I had the chance, but I don't think he quite had it. The track's certainly becoming treacherous now.
Certainly, and I think Brimblecombe realised that he pushed Taplin off and just let him rejoin. But now Brimblecombe, oh, please no, please no, please no, please no, please no, please no, please no.
But he knows that he's mistake. Oh, I reckon it's a big one if... Oh, dead. Oh, he's held that.
Oh, he saved it. And Taplin's back through.
Oh. Save of the
and
year.
Brooker trying to go around the outside. Well, that turns into the inside.
Do it. Oh, but it's going to go deep, and I reckon Brooker's going to have this one.
It's going to be tight, though.
Oh, my goodness. Don't hit that. Oh, my.
Oh. Now Brimblecombe's got the inside line, but Brooker has the run, and he's going to sweep all the way around the outside. Is he?
Oh, well done.
Yes, he does.
10. That was a really good effort.
Oh, that was great racing. So Brimblecombe trying to make one position has ended up losing one instead. Oh, but Brooker's a little bit wide, so Brimblecombe's back around the outside, but you're going to be hard-pressed to do it here. Although, in the wet conditions... wow, what a move!
He's just thrown one back at Brooker and said, yep, you can have a taste of your own medicine there, pal. Final corner now. Brimble comes through, still going to be battling with Brooker. Rackmat long way ahead of Britt, who's a long way ahead of Burrs. Herod's still lurking on that time. Ty's catching up to Herod a little bit, though. Not going to be enough before the end of the race, though.
This is the closest battle we have.
Oh, just keep out and say, that's very wide.
Yep.
Haven't said
track limits
that, though.
Yeah, no, there's been no drive-throughs for truck limits, which has been a little bit of a surprise.
I mean, that's nice for once.
Yeah, it is, especially for these hour-long races. Sort of expect maybe one, if not two, but so far these drivers have done really well.
Oh, it was a nice line there for Brimblecombe, who's catching back up to Taplin. Oh, Taplin, I reckon. Oh, he's almost tapped him.
Oh, that's wide.
Oh, almost in the wall. Almost in the wall.
Yeah, Brimblecombe's really pushing.
These drivers are absolutely pushing it, I can tell you that.
He is on a mission. See, yellow flag. That's the 808 of Curry.
Sure is the 808 of Curry, who is round, and that's Rackmat coming behind. Yeah, couldn't quite get the end of that, but I reckon he's just spun it maybe on the curb or something like that, but it's okay. He's going again.
That's the main thing. Back to this battle now between Taplin, Brimblecombe and Brooker. We will get one more lap in this one.
Sure will. Oh, right close to the wall. So this is going to be it. This is where Brimblecombe needs to aim and go for it, or else it's not going to be any more opportunities. Taplin later on the brakes, but it's going to pull it up nicely, and just does. That's beautifully pulled up there.
Yeah, and got the great run out.
Yeah.
There's still more opportunities, though, in these wet conditions. Pretty much anywhere is an opportunity.
Yeah.
And he hasn't quite got the run he'd want up the hill. But...
Slipstream, it's going to do a whole lot. And all it's really going to do is make sure that he can't see. Coming down to the bus stop. Later on the brakes is getting right on the rear end of Taplin now.
That's a really nice run.
Switch back. Oh, that's not the place I do it. Oh, but he's pulled it up absolutely inch perfect. That was a ball.
That was really good.
He wanted that top 10 and he's going to get it.
That was fantastic from Sean Brimblecombe.
Oh, don't go deep though. Oh, he's pulled it up nicely, but Taplin's lurking. Brooker's still lurking. Still just over a third of the lap to go.
Oh, Brooker's going to try and go around the outside. You're not going to get it done there this time. But he's going to
tried once.
Get a little bit of a switchback. Get the slipstream down the straight. This is going to be tight.
Oh, I don't think he's going to be able to put anything here. Brimblecombe is out of the waters now. Oh, he's almost giving him a bit of a kiss on the rear end. Take him out for dinner first before doing that. Round the fourth to last corner. Nicely done, third to last now. And it's got a nice line through there. And Brimblecombe has absolutely prevailed in this battle of three. And Rackmat has prevailed in this race. P1 started P2. He's had a great race overall. Paul Britt, my prediction has come true somehow. He snuck up into the top two with a bit of an error from Burrs on the start as Brimblecombe comes across the line for that top 10 finish. Curry's in there, P9, Taplin, Brooker as well. All in there. Sykes behind that little battle as well. Britt comes across the line. Burrs will be crossing the line in just a minute. Britt puts in the wall because he's had enough of the car, I think. Burrs going to come across the line, do some sick drifts.
Make his TC broke as well.
Yes, maybe make the TC broke as well. Comes across the line. Herod's not too far behind. There he is, 2.2. Ty a little bit further back. There he is. Just going to come across the line now. And Richardson a little bit further back as well. Here he is. Good strategy from him. Puts in P6 and leader of the silver class of this race. So a very nice drive from him overall. So we've got Ben Hignett and Liam Taplin, the final two to finish this one off, as Hignett has been doing 56s, so has been a little bit off the pace, but that doesn't matter because his car looks good.
That's it, and he's still going to finish P7 in this one, which after his calamity at the start, he'll absolutely take. He doesn't really want to be losing it into the wall at this point.
Now he can lose it.
Yeah, now he can do it.
Yeah, he can do what he wants, as we see. Liam Taplin's going to come across the line for P2 in the silver class for this race. It's keeping on good pace. Had a good few little battles in there to come across, and that will be the end of Split Yellow Racing here in the Spec Series. So we'll take a look at the final leaderboard in just a minute.
Yeah, wow, what a race. That was very interesting with the changeable conditions as we look at the order now. So, Rackmat, dominant in that one, fastest lap, and your race win. Didn't quite get the clean sweep with Burrs getting the pole. Burrs ended up finishing third with Britt ahead. Then from P4 down, you had Herod, Ty, Richardson, your silver class leader. Then Hignett, Taplin, Curry, Brimblecombe, Taplin, Brooker, Sykes, Gulick, and then your non-finishers of Begg, Paino, and Dan Rama.
Yeah, tough race for those that didn't finish, but it was a very wet race, and we're looking to see what the conditions are like in Split Green. And speaking of Split Green, we are joined in the lovely commentary box by Connor Hind and Brad Cook, who are going to take over from us. How you going, boys?
Good. A nice little race there.
Very nice little race there, indeed.
Yeah, great call, guys. Yeah, a bit of weather. Hopefully we'll see a bit more weather for Split Green.
We'll have you say we're going to take a quick break here. We jump over to Split Green. It's farewell from myself and Alexis, and we'll leave you in the lovely hands of Connor and Brad to take over for Split Green.